The RX 9080 XT is coming. Maybe. In a bold move, NVIDIA attempts to make more money by selling less GPUs. A modder doubled the VRAM of a 4090, and you could buy one for a price. AMD believes you can get 1000 FPS in select games, and we're wondering if maybe there's not enough grass in Santa Clara. Also, RTX is coming to classic PC games, but it's not what you think. Chocolate rain, some stay dry while others feel the pain. It's time for Meta PC's news. Let's go. NVIDIA, the jolly green giant, just removed the Founders Edition 5080 and 5090s from their store. Now, what does it mean? What does it mean?
Would you say it's time for everyone to panic? Yes, I would, Kent.
Graphics card junkies may have noticed that NVIDIA quietly delisted the RTX 5080 and 5090 Founders Edition cards from their store in select regions. Now, there's no announcement, no explanation, they're just gone. This sudden shift has the PC building community taking to the digital streets, claiming that this is actually a good omen, signaling a possible inventory shift to make room for the rumored RTX 50 series super line. These theoretical silk songs of GPUs would come with even more VRAM as well as a performance boost. But obviously, with no pricing information and this mysterious delisting, we just want confirmation from NVIDIA. Just say something, Jensen, please.
What is this move? Obviously, like, they want to get rid of the Founders GPUs before a super launch, but like, what are they doing? Are they just going to send it to SIs or something? Like,
I mean, I don't know if I can share it on the show. I'm going to share it anyway, but we do have a bunch of Founders cards that we have bought as of recent for customers. So we seem to still be able to get some of them. It's been a couple weeks since we placed an order though. Maybe this is shifting in production to make way for supers, but then again, why now if they're going to be releasing in January?
This does feed the fire for those rumors that maybe we'll get supers for Christmas.
Everybody's wondering. The reason a lot of people go with an AIB card versus a Founders card is you have additional cooling capabilities. Some of those MSI cards, you start to add overclocking, you can get as much to 18% plus in performance on an AIB card. So while Founders Edition cards are very, very cool, I love how they look, you're not totally out of luck on this one either. What the heck's going on at NVIDIA? It's a good question to ask. You know what? Being thick is never a problem. That's thick with 2 C's, by the way. However, if your AIO is thick and it's from Hyte, well, Houston. What's that, Phil? They might not get the reference. We have a problem. A fragile internal component in the Hyte THICC Q80 Trio AIO is failing, and if it does, it's gonna start leaking fluid all over your expensive PC parts. That's no joke. So Hyte is telling everyone out there to take the thing out of their rig immediately before it fries a motherboard or a graphics card, and they're working on a recall right now, but they're telling you, basically put it back in the box before it turns your computer into a very, very expensive paperweight.
What's the positive here?
Positive is communication. Like always. With component manufacturers, things can and have gone wrong. It's how component manufacturers deal with it in transparency and how quick they are to address it. Hyte, I think, is doing the right thing. They're saying, hey, if you're having problems with this or you bought it from us, full refund through either us, being Hyte, or the distributor. They're offering all of that to make it right with people.
It takes cojones to stand up big and tall and say, hey, we got a bad batch. We're gonna fix it, hold on, but in the meantime, like, don't break your PCs.
Dude, they really were transparent about it. I saw posts on their Facebook, an email, they put it up on their site. Like, they're trying, so good job, Hyte.
Good job, Hyte.
AMD has officially announced the release of free FPS. This week, AMD dropped a new driver that's letting us enable Fidelity FX Super Resolution 4.0 on a huge list of older games that were stuck on FSR 3.1. And that is a big deal because it's a driver level change. So that means you don't have to wait for game devs to get around to updating the game. You download the driver, boom, free performance. You get better image quality, performance boost, and tons of titles. The best part, works on everything, whether you're on AMD, NVIDIA, or heck, even an Intel GPU.
That's a battle mage?
It's even a battle mage. It's a win for everybody, Phil.
Are we getting like a minor improvement, or is this something that we can expect more of?
It seems like a pretty decent lift on a lot of these titles. I mean, other than the titles being restricted to the titles that you get, right? The only thing that I think is a big drawback is this doesn't address the core issue of where you go to download more RAM. Like, I just haven't seen that come to fruition yet.
We found it. It's freeram.com.
Oh, is that reputable?
There's no viruses whatsoever. It's completely, you can 100% do it. No malware. We will definitely never ever use your actual identity.
That's a safe site if I've ever seen one. Phil, something terrible's happened.
What's happening, Zach?
Someone's threatening to leak all of the company's data if we don't give them a free PC.
How did they even get our data?
I don't know, but that wouldn't happen if we had NordVPN. All right, before the next article, let's talk about something critical in today's digital world: online security and privacy. If you're like me, you're constantly looking for ways to protect your data and devices, and that's where NordVPN comes in. NordVPN is more than just a VPN, it's a complete cybersecurity solution that gives you peace of mind. While it secures your connection and hides your IP address to protect you from online threats, they've also launched some very powerful new features that are game changers for anybody working with tech. First, there's MeshNet. This feature lets you securely connect your devices no matter where they are in the world. Imagine being able to share files, access devices, or even play LAN games with your friends as if you were all on the same network. It's incredibly fast and secure. They've also introduced threat protection. This feature works even when you're not connected to a VPN server. It blocks malicious websites, tracks and removes malware, and stops those pesky, intrusive ads. It's an essential layer of security for your browsing. So if you want to protect your privacy and get access to these powerful new tools, I highly recommend NordVPN. You can get an exclusive deal just for our audience. Just go to NordVPN/MetaPCs to get a 2-year plan with a bonus 4 months free. The link is also in the description below. A 48GB RTX 4090 just surprised the world, and no, NVIDIA didn't even know that it happened. Russian technician Vic on sandwich, and I mean this quite literally, 48GB of GDDR6X memory onto a custom PCB, which supports dual-sided memory. He then flashed the card with a modified firmware so that Windows didn't suspect a single thing, and he said, you know what? It looks like 48GB to me. So why do this? Well, the answer is AI workloads. Local LLMs scale with memory, and 24 gigs can be a ceiling. The kit itself runs about $142 in China, but once you add spare VRAM, pro soldering, these cards can sell for $3 to $4 grand. Now, the great thing about this is that it works with official GeForce drivers, but there's some pretty gnarly trade-offs. We're talking about blower noise, scalding hot memory, and of course, a voided warranty. If you're into generating AI droids wearing crop tops, this is the mod for you. But gaming, I mean, maybe just wait for the 50 series Supers. How about that?
I love this. I
crop
genuinely do love this. No, I need the card.
Oh, okay, I got it.
But the real question is, like, can we do this with Blackwell? Like, this was a 4090.
This is a good question, and this really shows that the community is begging for more VRAM.
Yeah.
Which, with the 50 Super series around the corner, hopefully fulfilling on some of those demands. But if you've got people just begging to add VRAM to cards, if you're NVIDIA, maybe listen.
Come on, Jensen, we just want more VRAM.
Just more VRAM.
You got so much of it. Just give us a little bit.
Just a scrap, a crumb of VRAM, Jensen.
You want to know how to get free VRAM?
How?
You got to press the little red button.
Oh, this one. Yeah. You should hit both of them, really. But yes, make sure that you're subscribed and don't go to freevram.com. These guys ripped me off yesterday.
That one's actually a fake one. We did consider that's not good.
Do not go to that site.
One of the good reasons to subscribe is because we've got lots of content in store for you guys. Why don't you show them that keyboard?
You guys might be wondering, oh, this has been sitting here for the entire video. He hasn't talked about it yet. Well, now's the time we're going to talk about it. This is the most cursed keyboard known to man. We have a video coming out at Mechanical Keyboards. I went down there. I customized a beautiful keyboard for me and then said, you know what, let's make the worst one ever made. And we are gonna break down exactly what went into this monstrosity on a new video. It's coming out on the channel, so make sure that you're subscribed so you can see how we built the worst keyboard ever made. We've talked a lot about the super cards and everybody wants to know when the heck they're coming. The answer might not be a surprise. For everyone who is counting down the days until the new RTX 50 Super GPUs, you might want to stop doing that. A new report is saying that they won't be dropping this year. The rumor is that they're now set for a big debut at CES 2026, which is a bit of a wait. You know, this could be NVIDIA trying to clear their current inventory, but it also gives AMD a ton of time to come up with a counter move. If that happens, it could trigger a GPU price war in the new year, which would be amazing for us. That said, stick around because AMD might actually have a huge move in their back pocket for CES, and it might be why NVIDIA's waiting.
Do we think AMD can go toe-to-toe with a super release?
I think they are ready to now more than ever. So initially when AMD put out a press release and said, guess what? We've got Lisa Su, our CEO. She's going to be giving the keynote at CES 2026. Number one, that's huge, right?
That is huge. She wasn't there last year.
She wasn't there last year. They didn't do a big keynote like that. They like to pepper in some hints to build hype. And of course, the things that they talked about in that press release, everyone's talking about AI. But they also said, guess what? We have some news when it comes to CPUs on the Ryzen end and also Radeon for GPUs. It could be 98XT. They could be talking and teasing RDNA 5, which is still a ways out. That would probably be closer to 2027, but there's a very real chance that something could sit in between on the higher end to go toe to toe with some of those new NVIDIA cards.
I'm excited.
The more people that are competing, whether it's Intel, AMD, NVIDIA, that is great for us. So I can't wait to see what happens coming up at CES. It's gonna be fun. All right, and before we get to our next story, I have breaking news. We're gonna go live to Jared at Meta PCs at our Phoenix location. Jared, what's going on out there?
Thank you, Zach. Follow me. Come on. Let's go. Hey, Red. For $1, Emma Frost or Laura Croft?
What? Emma Frost.
Correct. Here's your $1. Okay, next question. Who's gonna have the best announcement at CES next year? Intel, NVIDIA, or AMD?
AMD.
Ooh, that's a good answer. Come on. Let's go. Come on. Tim. Who's gonna have the best announcement at CES next year? Intel, AMD, or NVIDIA? AMD. Good answer. Keith. Intel, AMD, or NVIDIA? Best announcement at CES?
AMD.
Oh, another one. Okay. This is our newest builder. I forget his name, and I can't think of it right off the top of my head. Hey, who's gonna have the best announcement at CES next year? Intel, NVIDIA, or AMD?
NVIDIA.
Thank you. Good answer. Back to you, Zach.
Thanks, Jared. That was really informative and special. Let's get back to the news. Today's video is brought to you by a company that I am very excited that we're partnering with. Today's video is brought to you by Meta PCs. That's us. Go to metapcs.com. The ready to ship page has a full list of computers that ship when, Phil?
Right away. Sorry, the next day.
The next business day. Even better. Check it out. metapcs.com. If you're looking for a system that ships fast, is pre-configured, and ready to go for your needs, hit us up. You want to do a custom build like this? That thing's water cooled. We can do that too. Got financing available. It's never been easier to get a brand new PC at metapcs.com. Buy a PC from your friends at Meta PCs. Don't go to the big box stores. They don't love you like I do. Hey, you know what? Speaking of Team Red, a brand new bold claim has rocked our freaking socks. Apparently, 1000 FPS isn't a joke anymore. AMD is now saying that you could get 1000 FPS in some games with their new Ryzen X 3D processors. And while that sounds absolutely bananas, it's actually based on performance with their new CPUs paired with top-of-the-line RTX 50 series GPUs in highly optimized games like competitive esports titles. Most of us don't even have a monitor that can display 1000 frames per second, but this is a great marketing flex from AMD. It shows off the power of their 3D V-Cache technology and reminds everybody that your CPU is still super important for getting the highest possible frame rate in modern gaming.
Have you ever played anything at 1000 FPS?
No, I've never even seen 1000 FPS.
Do we need to build a rig just to do that?
Ooh,
that would be a great video. We should
fun.
100% do that. Comment 1000 FPS if you want us to do that. And we'll do it.
Yeah, we'll do it.
Yeah.
We have the technology.
We could do this. We can build it.
We can build it. And these are like it mentions as well, like esports titles are a big hit for that FPS, those high FPS. And they're usually like 1080p monitors, people playing Counter-Strike and things like that. Those are the gamers that high of a refresh rate is for. It's not like your fun story games and things like that.
The 9800 X3D just stomped by 30% in FPS performance over Intel.
Crushed.
And like they both have similar specs, but it's just crushing with that 3D
and
cache.
Dude, listen, pairing AMD processor with NVIDIA graphics card, it's what I do at home. It's what I do here as well. I have a 9950 X3D at home and a 5080.
Yeah.
Incredible pairing. You can crush performance with that. So this is great. It's just cousins having fun. Can you make classic games look more realistic than ever before? NVIDIA's RTX Remix platform just got a big old fat upgrade that might make that possible. But what new features have they added? Well, NVIDIA just dropped a huge update for its RTX Remix platform, and this thing is awesome. They've added support for path-traced particles. So what the heck does that mean? It means that modders can now add super realistic lighting and things like smoke, fire, and explosions to classic PC games. It's a game changer. It's a great way to breathe new life into your favorite old games, and it shows NVIDIA is committed to the modding community. Now we can get stunning, modern visual upgrades in retro titles thanks to the work of talented modders.
What game do we want to put this in? I mean, like, my first thought, like, we've got things like Batman Arkham Asylum and Borderlands, like Borderlands 1 and 2.
Maybe like a Bioshock.
Ooh,
Bioshock would be really cool.
But it's already so moody. It's already got that like high key, big contrast. That would be sick.
The fact that this exists and you don't have to go through all the work of that, thanks to the help of all the amazing modders, this is really, really cool. And it's really great that NVIDIA is embracing this. That's fantastic. Lisa Su at CES. Oh, we're getting Lisa Su at CES, Phil. Are we finally getting a flagship GPU from AMD? Maybe. Say it's true. AMD just dropped a major hint that they've got a surprise GPU announcement coming. The word on the street is it could be a new high-end card like the rumored RX 9080 XT, a true competitor to NVIDIA's top-tier cards. The hint came from an announcement that AMD's CEO Lisa Su is giving a keynote at CES next year. A CEO taking the stage for a major announcement like that means if it's a new flagship GPU, this could kick off a full-blown price war with NVIDIA. And that would be a big old fat win for everybody. Let's dig into it. They carefully craft these to build hype. They're very cautious about every single word that they say. So we know that some things are in the pipeline, right? I mentioned RDNA 5 graphics cards, Zen 6 processors. Now those, like the Ryzen CPUs, next gen Ryzen CPUs, late 2026 is what most people are thinking. RDNA 5 GPUs, that I would be totally shocked to see RDNA 5 at CES next year.
Oh,
that's
100%.
like
I'm guessing late 2026, early 2027.
Early 27. Like I don't think you're going to see those at CES. So neither of the next gen ranges are in the horizon, but you could see something kind of interesting. So this leads to the rumor on RDNA 4 GPUs on the high end. AMD might have something else planned in the way of that. Is it realistic? Who knows? But we can only hope and pray because again, goes back to competition. That's just good for everybody, baby. But I'm curious what you guys think. If you have any ideas, some speculation, maybe let us know in the comments. And while you're down there, hover over that subscribe button and do it.
Zach, this is a good week for news. I really can't wait for CES. Are we going?
We're going. We're going to be there, dude.
What? Really?
Yeah.
Awesome. Listen, now the only way that we actually can get there is if we get enough people to subscribe.
You gotta hit the big red button. There's another button too.
Oh, what is it?
It's called the members button.
Oh, that's the one that actually gets us to CES.
It's very, very cool. Thank you guys for watching news today. I really want to thank people who have joined the Backstage Pass here on the channel. What does that mean? It means you get access to videos that nobody else gets to see on the channel, like this one.
Ooh.
What's going on here? I don't know what to think about that. The only way you get to see that is if you subscribe to the Backstage Pass and become a member on the channel. We had some new people join. I want to shout them out. Check this out. We have Ray Atkinson, Wilcor Gosler. That's a cool name. Phoenix Gaming, Fess Lorange, General Kenobi.
General Kenobi.
General Kenobi. Ernesto, my favorite tech. Pumpkinhead. Oh, we've got Papple. That's you.
Hey, that is me. Ryan Gilpatrick.
He works here. McLovin Blues, Owen FPS, John, Austin Owens. Guys, thank you so much. We have a bunch of people who have joined the members program and are enjoying content that nobody else in the world gets to see except for you guys. So sign up on the channel today. Thank you guys for watching. And as always, we will frickin' see you next time. Have a good one.